Think about the calendar hanging on your wall. Most of the dates circled in red mark terrestrial milestones, the births of nations, religious festivals, and the anniversaries of historic battles. But among those earthly events are anniversaries of a different kind. These dates represent the specific moments humanity managed to escape its own planet. For thousands of years, the cosmos was completely inaccessible. It was a silent vacuum we could only observe from the ground, entirely out of reach. Then, in the mid-20th century, a rapid shift in technology allowed us to build machines powerful enough to tear through the atmospheric boundary. The history of space exploration is etched into our global calendar. We are going to explore the 3 specific dates that defined our expansion into the universe. The path to human flight began in 1957 with the launch of Sputnik 1. It was a simple metal sphere with 4 long antennas, but it proved an artificial object could survive in a stable orbit. Within 4 years, the mission profile escalated from sending radio transmitters to launching human payloads. That leads to the first major date on our space calendar, April 12, 1961. On that day, Yuri Gagarin became the first human being to enter space. His flight is now commemorated annually as the International Day of Human Spaceflight. The demographic reach of spaceflight expanded quickly after Gagarin's success. By 1963, Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman to reach orbit, proving that space was becoming a domain for all of humanity. In just 6 years, the timeline from 1957 to 1963 converted an untouchable void into an environment of active human participation. As the Cold War intensified, the competition for the stars created a dangerous geopolitical vacuum. There were no established ground rules for how nations should behave once they left the atmosphere. To prevent the stars from becoming a battlefield, leaders signed the 1967 Outer Space Treaty. Often called the Magna Carta of space, this document dictated that the cosmos must remain a peaceful domain for the benefit of all countries. With the legal framework established, the next milestone shifted from merely orbiting the Earth to reaching a new world. This brings us to July 20, 1969. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin moved from Earth's orbit to the lunar surface, cementing this date in history by becoming the first people to walk on the moon. Globally, July 20 is celebrated as Lunar Day. This image of the Apollo 11 module sitting on the stark lunar surface remains the physical proof of the century's most significant exploratory leap. Reaching the moon proved that humanity possessed the technical precision required to survive on the surface of an alien world. While the Apollo era provided a historic foundation, the era of monumental firsts continues today. Most early lunar missions targeted the smoother equatorial regions. The moon's south pole, however, is a landscape of rugged craters and permanent shadows, presenting extreme technical challenges for any landing craft. Conquering that difficult geography gives us the final date on our calendar, August 23rd. Celebrated in India as National Space Day. In 2023, the Chandrayaan-3 mission successfully landed the Vikram lander and Pragyan rover in that treacherous southern region, marking the first time any nation had reached the lunar South Pole. This achievement demonstrates that the record of human exploration is a living document, still being authored by new nations. Space exploration began as a tense competition between 2 superpowers. Over the decades, it has evolved into a multinational effort involving diverse agencies and private partners. This timeline connects our major milestones. From the first orbit in 1961 to the lunar steps in 1969 and the South Pole landing in 2023, these dates trace our expanding reach. These serve as permanent monuments, marking the days humanity pushed past its terrestrial limits. As we prepare for crewed missions to Mars and the establishment of permanent lunar bases, our global calendar will continue to grow with new commemorative days. The blank dates on our calendar represent the next stage of our history, markers waiting to be claimed by the next great leap in